Lease, owner, operator, and company. Let's talk about it. But before we do, I mean, the energy that turned up. Name a duo better than Young Boy and the Baby.
Scully.
I'm gonna probably do some more at the end. I don't know. Depends on how I feel after this video. Let's talk about it. Lease, owner, operator, and company. Everybody likes to ask which one it should be, which one it should go to, yada yada yada. But I did all three. When I first started driving truck with Prime back in 2017, before I left, I started out as company. It was cool. It wasn't that bad at all. The only thing I didn't like was going home for 4 days after being out for a week. I mean, for a month. I wanted to be home for about a week, at least a week and a half. Man, you be out there all that time, you won't be home for a minute. But at the same time, I understand you have to make your money. The only thing I could see that was a problem with a company is, other than being home for 4 days, is the mileage. If you don't get like a certain amount of miles, you're not gonna make a certain amount of money. But your check is still, I mean, my checks was always anywhere from 13 to about 16. When I had a student, you know, it was up there too. But yeah, I mean, company was cool. I don't have no problem. Becoming an operator was different from being company, of course, and that had a lot of ups and downs. A couple of ups was it's your own truck. You seeing the low boys, so you seeing the money that you could be making. You get to come home when you want. You go out as long as you want. Because I was going out for 4 days, come back home, or 5 days, come back home. I'll make some money a week, and then I wouldn't go out the next week. It was really how I wanted to do it. But the problem with being an owner operator is that some people don't tell you is you gotta pay $6,000 up front, or however much money you want to pay for a down payment for insurance. You have to pay a big ass down payment like you're paying for a car. If you don't have that, then that's already a problem with it in itself. You have to pay for what that's called, road taxes at the beginning when you go to the DMV, unless you go file an exam, and that's a way you can get through that. You need to pay $1,200 just to, you know, get this truck established at the DMV, or $1,300. Well, it depends on what state you live in. Other than that stuff, it was all cool, but depends on who you buy your truck from. You could buy a lemon, which I knew, but I didn't know. The damn person I got my truck through was like, hey, buy this truck from me, everything good. I'm calling this man every day. Is the truck okay? Yes, it's DOT certified, it's ready, it's road ready. I'm emailing him, same thing. He's saying yes. I get all the way up to Pennsylvania. I bought my truck to Pennsylvania. I get up there, drive it home. As soon as I get home, lights come on, dashboard. I'm calling that boy like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I need to get this checked. Long story short, I had that truck for 6 months. 6 months. I only drove it for a whole month, or you can say 3 weeks, because the truck kept breaking down on me. Every time I went to the shop, they was doing some other stupid stuff to it and made it not work. So, with all that being said, you could go unoperated, you can make the money, but your overhead gonna kill you when it comes to, if you're not, how can I say it? If you don't have no money saved up when you're becoming an owner operator, it won't work, because you don't have the money to pay the highest bill, because them bills is high for them trucks if it's something going on with it, right? Because you might as well fix everything than fix small problems. You know what I'm saying? So if I fix one thing, but at the same time have a savings account, don't go in there with nothing, because if you do, it's gonna be a problem. So far, Lease been cool to me. I mean, it's still the same thing as owner operator, but Prime gives you the equipment. So they give you the truck, which you gotta pay a note on every week. They give you the trailer, you don't have to pay nothing on that. You have to pay everything you have to pay as an operator, but you know, get a lot of discounts on Prime. And the amount of money as you make almost the same amount of money if you're an operator. The only difference is Prime takes a percentage out and give you a percentage. As short as possible, but give you as much details I can about all three. And you know, I'm probably ramming it a little bit, but y'all, it could be good and bad. It depends on how hard you drive. I mean, my biggest week with $6,000 $8,000 sometimes. And then after prime, take all the percentage and all that stuff, the fuel and all that stuff, you're gonna bring home anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 on an average week. As an owner operator, it's gonna be almost the same thing. What I mean by that is you're gonna bring home anywhere from $8,000 to $11,000. You probably gonna spend almost $2,000 worth of fuel, depends on how you fill up your truck. If you got a breakdown, that's another $2,000 to $3,000, depends on if you gotta get a tow or whatever that stuff is. And trust me, it happens. You get $11,000 a week after you pay all your overhead for your truck, your personal bills. You might still bring home the same thing as you bring home as an owner operator. That's my, that's my personal opinion. That's my personal thing that I think, because I did all three. It doesn't really matter, because it all depends on what you want to do. It's how you want to see your life going, right? If I could give you any advice to leave this video off with, it would be, don't take anybody else's advice on what you should do. Do your research, hear their opinions, and make your decision based off what you want to do. Because, like I said, my personal opinion, all of them is cool. Everybody have all of them have their own beneficials things, and all of them have their downfalls. You can make just as much money competent if you work hard or run hard. Might have to run a little bit harder than the other two, but you still make just as much money as them. And if you were prime, you can train, make a lot more money. And then owner operator and lease is almost the same thing. Do your research. People gonna tell y'all that, become an owner operator, you can make more money. Yeah, you could. If you got 3, 4 trucks, 5, or you got people driving for you, yeah, you're gonna meet that, because you're gonna have multiple trucks and more money coming in. But if you're just driving your truck by yourself, it's gonna be a headache. Man, I can't tell you how many people that I met that's on the operator and said, I'm getting my truck up, I'm going back company because it's not worth it. I could do that company and make just as much money as making company. I can make just as much money being leased. I'm telling you, do your research. Do your research. Talk to these old heads that's nice, or that want to talk. They will give you the best games possible. I wish that I would listen to some of these old heads, because I would never got that damn truck. I'm thinking about getting me another truck, but I'm thinking about getting it through Prime this time, so I know I can have no problem. It's gonna be brand new. But if I don't end up getting me a new truck, I'm gonna lease Prime until I get tired driving trucks, and then I'll go back local. I mean, man, y'all, please do your research. Stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. YB here.